Welcome everyone, Grand Gnosis Master, Dr. Thor Templar here, and we're going to cover one of the most important areas, changing your life with the occult sciences. Now, this happens every day. I've been changing people's lives now for over 30 years, offering them fantastic technology and training, and things have moved from what is considered more traditional, difficult methods of training, to a new advanced way of uncrossing yourself and dramatically changing your life. Uncrossing means removing the blockages in life that are stopping you from being successful. Now, this is called the uncrossing process in traditional sorcery. This has been a major area. In our traditional sorcery course covers this, talks about all that, shows you what formulas to use, etc. But, this form of training is a bit outdated. It just takes too long. You got to get the formulas, you got to learn how to do it. Now, it's not really that difficult, but it is something you have to do. You have to get the formulas, you have to set up a little altar, you have to do 7-day uncrossing ritual. All of this is kind of the old way of learning, and it's something that we want to move away from and make things easier for people so they don't have to go through this entire process. When you're having problems or any serious blockage in your life, to tell somebody that they have to learn something to change their life is a bad paradigm that needs to be dismissed permanently. It just doesn't work very well. It's like trying to tell a sick person to heal themselves. Well, sick people are there because they cannot help themselves and they're very dysfunctional. And it's difficult for anyone with a serious problem to change their life without being assisted step by step through the entire process of healing themselves. So, what we have now developed is a whole method of doing this easily. But let's talk about this whole area. Now, there's very few things in life you can really do to empower yourself beyond all the normal channels. And most people who are able to go through normal channels and succeed because mostly they have a huge family support, going to good colleges, getting prepared to do that, all that is something that requires an awful lot of guidance and family support. And a lot of people don't have this. And even today, one of the most money that is now owed by Americans is no longer credit card debt. It is college debt. And people are going to a lot of really crappy colleges that don't prepare them well, and nobody really wants to hire them. But this is called a normal channel anyway. And of course, if you really are serious in life, you have to get some sort of a degree, a 4-year degree. But this isn't as difficult as people think. You don't have to have it in a difficult area, but you do need to have it to function in society. Now, if you don't have this, things become difficult, obviously. That's part of the game. But what do you do if you don't have? What do you do if you do have? There's a lot of people who are qualified who just don't make it very well, or struggling because of the fact that they don't empower their lives, that they're also very cross. They have all these blockages. And there are many levels of blockages that people need to understand about, and things that are holding you back in life. And of course, there are ways to have these checked, find out what are these things. We go down a list and we do free checks for people. You just email us and we will check to see if you have these particular blockages in life. We'll always check to see if there's any kind of strange occult problems. This is usually called curses. Do you have a curse on you? This is a lot more common than people think, but it's not that common. What's mostly common is being what they call crossed. Now, crossed is when society energies, basically life energies, build up and in your life and start creating this kind of black coating around you. They're causing a blockage. So if you've had major problems in your life, struggles, family problems, battles with illnesses, other people, lots of relationship problems. Well, these kind of things keep building up around you and form strong blockages in your life. Now, there are 3 levels of being crossed. Everybody's crossed to some degree because of the fact we live in a very negative society. So, having a certain degree of cross conditions or negative energy around you is very common, and everybody should take time to clear these out. The other thing is then you go up to level 2. Now, level 2 is very common still, and this causes you problems in life. Things are difficult to manifest, or you have a large failure rate in life in general, or just things are just hard. And this, again, is pretty common. It's difficult to manifest in life for most people. And this can be manifesting money, having a level of health empowerment, relationships, etc. Then there's level 3. This is when you're really blocked. Strong levels means that everything in life really is like carrying a boulder up a mountain. And this is quite common as well as people go through life, or if you've had certain life traumas. So all of these things need to be looked at, and as such, to find out if that's a problem. There is the occasional problems. Do you have an alien implant? Well, this is real, and we all know that. And anybody with half a brain, a third of a brain, or even a teeny bit of a brain understands that there are extraterrestrials, and we are interacting with them all the time. It's just fact. You don't want to believe that fact? Well, get back on your horse and go back to town. So the whole idea is that this is a reality. You need to check that. Past life problems. Now, again, extraterrestrial implants are fairly rare. I only come across them occasionally. And all of this can be checked free of charge by the Guild. All you have to do is send us a photograph of yourself and ask for this free service. I check your past lives. Is there anything past lives? Now, here again, it's not that often, but past lives can have some problems, and these energies have to be released that you're carrying with you for one reason or another. The other thing, we do check your general manifesting abilities, and we have a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being seriously blocked, where you can basically manifest nothing. The average person's at a 3 or a 4, and this still isn't very great. And successful people, let's say you're a Bill Gates or so forth, you're up at a 9 area there. So you can pretty much manifest whatever you want, and you don't have to be super rich to have great manifestations, but these are people that tend to be super lucky, that win things, that get better jobs, not necessarily because anything that they have or qualify, that just happens to them. So they have this high manifesting, but the average person is a 3 or a 4, sometimes 5, but you're in that range there, and if you're pretty much under that, you are having serious problems. So, you want to be up to that 4 or 5 level in a common area. So we test that. Are you a 4 or 5? Where are you at? The other thing that we do is the same thing with your health energies. Where is your health energies at? And again, it's a scale of 1 to 10, and the average person's a 4 or 5. Again, so if you're above that or below that, this really shows us how your energy fields are going. These are all based on energy fields. And all life is based on quantum physics, otherwise translated as an energetic or an energy field. And this is what interacts with all life. And this is what makes things good or bad. So, you really need to know these things and where you're at in life. Now, since almost everyone is fairly well crossed, either a 2 or a 3, it's important that you remove these energies. And these things continue to build in your life. And if you don't remove them, they can get worse and worse. Now, I developed a technology of the uncrossing, what we call energy amulet. This is something that you place on your third eye, and we also give you, with your amulet, a blue laser that you trigger over the amulet, push the energy from the amulet into your third eye for 1 second, and then you move it to the top of your head, your crown chakra, and do the same. Now, the amulet has all this uncrossing energy in it. It's going to push out all those negative energies. And you simply repeat a particular empowerment statement while doing this, and you're done. Now, it's very important if you're going to change your life to be involved in the process. As a person who's been doing rituals for people for over 30 years, it's very difficult to get changes in people's lives. One of the problems is they have no channels, one of the most important things about manifesting. And I cover this in my book, What Can I Manifest? And this is one of the most important books ever written on occultism, because what does it take to manifest? Well, how are things going to come to you? They're going to pop out of the universe. You need money, so a pot of gold is going to pop out of the sky and drop in your lap. Well, these things don't happen. So even though there has been a couple of semi-documented cases of money coming out of the sky. Strange, I don't know what that is, but these have not been documented enough. But don't count on that, people. You have to have a chance. How's it going to come to you? You need lots of money. Well, is that going to happen at your job? Where's it going to come from? So the point is, you need ways of things. That means you have to open interest channels of way things can come to you. Same thing with meeting people, etc. They're not going to knock on your front door and sit and watch television with you to get to know you. You're going to have to go out and find people. So the whole idea is that the processes are similar. It's just whether you're doing a process that you're empowered and pretty much assured to be successful, or you're doing it commonly, which is you're almost assured to fail at it, even though you're out doing things. But using an uncrossing amulet is extremely important. Our amulets are designed to be used for an entire lifetime. So they're a fantastic investment that pays and pays. And you're always going through this cross and uncrossing energy situation. So if you're having problems in life, I can guarantee you're highly crossed. These just don't change. And even if you're successful in one area of your life, you may be blocked in another area. You may be financially successful, but have terrible relationships. And oftentimes, these areas blend together because one is so highly crossed that you start affecting your other areas. Now, these things can be changed, but you also have to remember that things take time. Nothing is instantaneous, even though most people that use our amulets are seeing dramatic results within a relatively short period of time. But, getting rid of the blockages in life is part of the uncrossing process. Now, if you have channels and you're active, things will start to come to you. But uncrossing puts you in a neutral area, meaning you're open, you can run forward now, and you're not going to step on the landmines as you did before. You're not going to hit the trees that were in your way before. All this has been removed, but what is there? You're neutral. This is where it also requires that generally it's a very good idea to also obtain a success amulet. Now, the success amulet will then take you when you're in this neutral position and push you ahead, which is so critical. So, using this simple and powerful next level occult empowerment system, which you're not required to learn anything, become a great occult scientist, etc., is the cutting edge. It works and works well. We've done all the work for you. You need to apply it in your life and apply it in your life consistently. Our systems are designed to make the entire process easy and fast. Nothing requires going into long or deep meditative states, drawing difficult energies to you. We base everything on doing things literally for a few seconds. Our philosophy is do things often at high states of intensity. So, for short periods of time. That's what works. Anything past that becomes a arduous and difficult lifestyle that most people can't do and are not interested in doing. Training yourself in a particular system is fantastic. Can you do it? Will you follow through? All occultism tends to be a problem there because it becomes involved. Not with our amulet system. Plain and simple, these things work and work well and get you to the point of changing your life as soon as you have the amulet. Now, our amulets are custom made as well. You have your photograph on one side of the amulet, and on the other side has the power images, the thought form energetics, you could call them spells as well, if you want to use that terminology as an occultist. As occult scientists, we like to call them energetic fields and that have data in them, and they change it all. So one side in that, one side has you. Now, these are custom made and charged to you individually, so they work the best. This is a fantastic system that needs to get out to the public so everyone can change their life. We're in a horrible situation now. It's difficult to get ahead. We face major challenges in finances and in health. And if you're not drawing these negative energies away from you, dissipating them, getting them out of your entire energetic field, life is going to be terrible and stressing. And you're going to also have future problems, as everything is connected to energies, health-wise. If you're weakened and we're being bombarded all the time with toxic food, toxic energy, well, if you're crossed as well, I can guarantee you that you're going to get sick. Well, if you uncross yourself, you're going to put your bioenergies at an extremely high level, and you'll be able to stay at a high state of well-being throughout most of your life. That promotes longevity. So, I mean, it all works together. If you're a person who is crossed and struggling, you generate negative energies, this depletes your physical body. It just makes sense. So when you work with your spiritual bodies, you empower them. Well, it helps in every single aspect of your life. This is the key. This is available. It's all available through the guild, and it's all available at a reasonable price. Do check the link below to go to our main website, and you can also contact us there and get your free consultation, or your free reading is what it really is. We'll read what your energy feels. We'll tell you if you have these problems. Plain and simple, and the service is for free. Everyone should take advantage of this, and we hope to hear from you soon.